What's good, Josh? Recluse Sports, and the NBA trade deadline is over. So basically, whoever you got on your team, that's who you got on your team. Um, the biggest story was obviously Brooklyn being officially over. Um, Phoenix won the trade deadline. I made a video about them, and I also made a video about the Lakers, which I forgot to include that they got rid of Patrick Beverly and got Mo Bamba, which is good. You know, they got another center. So overall, the Lakers did good. Like I said, I did a video on them. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. So I'm going to talk about more of the other teams, really. So we're going to start off with the Clippers. They received Mason Plumlee, which is something that they really needed because when Zubac is out, they're really small. They also got Bones Highland. They got rid of John Wall. So Bones Highland is supposed to be like their point guard, but realistically, they don't have a point guard. Bones Highland is a great player, but he's not like your traditional point guard, which is something that they need. They also got Eric Gordon, which was just a solid pickup. I completely forgot about him because I don't watch Houston Rockets games. Can you blame me? As far as the Rockets, they got John Wall, like I just said. They're going to buy him out. Everybody's talking about that clip where he completely trashed the organization and everything going on over there. So it was a little ironic, a little cringe, but he's getting bought out. And they also have Danny Green, which I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's a vet, so maybe they'll keep him around for a vet presence. But, I guess he's a good pickup, but I think he wants to be competing in like a more championship level, considering how old he is. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. I guess we'll wait and see if he also gets bought out. In regards to the Clippers, they also let go of Luke Kennard, who was apparently their all-time three-point percentage leader while he was there. He averaged 44% from three, so that's also just a solid pickup for the Grizzlies. Then we go on to Charlotte because they got Reggie Jackson. The Clippers let him go. They also gave a 2028 pick. As far as Charlotte, they also got Svi, which I don't know who he is, so I forgive me if you're a Charlotte fan, but he's really just a G League player for real. They didn't do much, so I mean, I guess you just gotta wait and see because you got LaMelo, so you got time. You just have to let him develop. Then we go on to Portland, which they're just kind of doing stuff. But realistically, if they ever want to do something, they should probably get rid of Dame, which that's probably never gonna happen. They're gonna keep him for as long as possible. So that's pretty much it. They got Cam Reddish, so the Knicks got rid of him. Cam Reddish is on his, I don't know, third team or something. It basically, if it doesn't work here, my guy, you I don't know what's good with you. Matisse Thybulle. They got Matisse Thybulle from Philly, and I guess that also has to do with the fact that they let go of Gary Payton back to Golden State. But we'll talk about that in a second. Then Portland also got Ryan Arcidiacono. I don't know, my guy. Then they also got Kevin Knox. I really don't know what Portland's trying to do because, like, no matter what they do, it's really not going to work, which is unfortunate for Dame, but then again, he wants to be there. So at the end of the day, if you're a Portland fan, you got Dame, right? That's basically it. And then Boston, they got Mike Muscala, which is a big that they could stretch the floor with. They already have Al Horford. I don't know why I like that for a second. They got Al Horford. So this is just another big that could stretch the floor, which realistically Boston didn't need to do much because they're basically the title favorites. Even after the whole Phoenix thing, they're still title favorites. So I mean, they didn't have much to do. Golden State, like I said, they got rid of James Wiseman finally, which I know people have been talking about and wanting that to happen for a very long time. So they got rid of him. And they got Gary Payton back, and once again, that clip of them, I forgot who it was. It was Gary Payton and I think Jordan Poole, and they did jersey swaps, and then like an hour later, they're on the same team. So they were making fun of them. They were talking about this was pointless. Then Detroit ended up getting Wiseman, who essentially fits their timeline. They got really good young players. They got Cade Cunningham, who keeps getting injured. They also have Jalen Duren, who's solid. Jaden Ivey, also solid. And I mean, even Killian Hayes was balling earlier this season. So, it's just Detroit's young. You got to just enjoy the process on that end. They're they're young, so you got to give them time. Maybe in the future, we could see they're basically taking a chance on James Wiseman to see what he could really become. But considering he was doing really bad in the G League, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. Then we're gonna go on to like a small deal, which would be Philly getting Jalen McDaniels. He's a solid pickup. He's just young. Then I'm gonna go into the Bulls and Toronto because that's really what got me tight and what really made me want to make this video. The Bulls did absolutely nothing. They ain't bring nobody in. They ain't give nobody out. Which essentially, if you're a Bulls fan, like, you kind of got to be upset because y'all not gonna win nothing. Like, that big three already ran its course, and it's been only like a year or two. Nothing's gonna happen, and I was tight because the Nets were linked to get Vooch last year because we needed a backup big really badly. We still need a big really badly. So we were linked to Vooch. Then we were also linked to LaVine this trade deadline. So I wanted somebody from them. So I'm tight personally that they didn't do anything because I was like, all right, if we can't get LaVine, give us DeMar, and boom, KD and DeMar, boom, we good to go. Neither of that, nothing happened. So the Bulls, I really don't know what you're trying to accomplish, if we being for real, because if you think that core is going to do something, it's really not. And LaVine is probably the only piece worth keeping there. And I feel like he should stay there because, well, the front office made win now moves. So at least they're trying. It's not like before where you were just stuck with a kind of bottom of the barrel team. So I think he should stay with them. If anything, if they blow it up, but they choose to keep him, I think he shouldn't be upset. I think he should give them a chance because they've been trying. It failed, but they're trying. So, And then we go up north. Further up north to Toronto, who had everybody in trade talks with them. Also, why I'm annoyed because we wanted Pascal and or OG. Toronto, I guess, just didn't do nothing. Even Fred was on the market. He was linked to the Lakers and the Clippers and even Brooklyn, bro. Like, everybody wanted to buy from the Raptors, and I'm assuming Masai just wanted to see what everybody was worth. But even then, I don't know what was the whole point of that because you guys aren't winning. So I don't know if they expect them to turn the season around. But Pascal, solid. They could have gotten a great return. They could have gotten future draft picks because, Masai is great at the draft. So realistically, they could have had a solid return for Pascal. OG, everybody wants him now. They were talking about after the trade deadline how everybody wanted OG so that they could basically have him so that they could guard KD now that he's in the West, which cool. I don't think that's really gonna stop KD, but nonetheless, people wanted OG in the West. I know I wanted OG and I wanted DeMar. Like I've been saying, we've been in trade talks with both the Bulls and Toronto, so I was hoping that we would get a package from either one of them. And it turns out that KD said that he wanted Pascal and that he would be good with Pascal, but Toronto wanted Claxton and more stuff. Essentially, they didn't want to take Ben, understandably. So they wanted Clax, and that would have been the only way we would keep KD. But realistically, if it was KD and Pascal, I don't even think that we really make that. Well, obviously we're gonna make noise in the conference, but I don't think that's a winning type of thing, honestly. Granted, back to the Bulls. The fact that they didn't do anything and then they got busted by my Nets, that was a great game to watch. We locked DeMar down. We didn't lock Zach LaVine down, but I'll take what I could get. We won, and that trade for Brooklyn is looking like it's not gonna be as bad as we thought. It's just we gotta wait and see. So yeah, but back to Toronto. Then they ended up getting Jakob Poeltl, which is somebody that everybody also wanted. Look, I just wanted something. We needed a backup big. So Vooch, Jakob or Pascal, OG, somebody. We needed somebody that's slightly bigger. So they ended up getting Jakob Pertl because they needed a center. They kept having Pascal kind of do that, but realistically, that's not for him. He's just scoring. He's a wing, but he ain't no center for real. So they got Jakob Pertl. So essentially, they got a solid trade deadline, in my opinion. But nonetheless, I don't think that's really gonna do anything. They should have been sellers and rebuilt, because realistically, are they gonna re-sign Fred, who's having a horrible season? Pascal, obviously he's great, but he's getting a little bit older. OG, everybody wants. I think that would be the only piece where I feel like you should keep, because he's just great. Then that's pretty much it. Then you have a solid team. Well, you'll be able to build a solid team. So Masai really blew he really blew me, bro. He ruined partly the Nets because we wanted something. So that is really why I wanted to make the video, because the Bulls and Toronto blew my shit. And that's pretty much it. So overall, the trade deadline was great. I didn't talk about the Phoenix and Brooklyn trade that much because, like I said, I made a video already. The Lakers, I already gave them a video because I think they had a pretty solid trade deadline. So, but as far as the Nets, that trading both your superstars, it was dumb, but we have a lot of wings. That game last night was fun. Spencer came in and wasn't trying to step on Cam's toes. Cam had a pretty bad game. Nonetheless, he's getting the superstar treatment because teams keep putting their best defenders on him. So we're gonna see him grow. Then we have Spencer. Dorian locked up. He locked up DeMar, so that was great. We didn't have Clax, so basically we beat a solid team. Whatever. It was just a good trade. The trade is not looking as bad as it was. Brooklyn is still gonna be fun. So yeah. But as far as that's pretty much what really happened in the trade deadline, because everybody else, they made small moves. But like whoever is already a contender, they didn't really do too much. Obviously minus Phoenix and the Clippers, they're trying to do their best, but realistically they need a point guard. I think everything else they're kind of good on. Point guard, once they get that, I think they're real championship contenders. Granted, they already are kind of, because the West is full of duos minus Phoenix once again. But yeah, Charlotte, don't know what they're doing for real. Grizzlies, they got a solid pickup. Portland, blow that up, but that's not going to happen. Celtics, good. Just a good pickup. Golden State, good pickup because y'all weren't using Wiseman and you got Gary Payton back, who works with your play style. So that's good. Detroit, you got another young player to fit your timeline, and if it works, cool. If it doesn't, boom, you got him for the low. So let him go. You still got other pieces. Philly, y'all are contenders. So it is what it is. Bulls, like I said, what the hell? Toronto, like I said, what the hell? But that's pretty much it for this trade deadline. Was really fun. In general, it was historic. Wasn't fun for me because the Nets, but nonetheless, it was fun. You can't really complain. So as far as that, yeah. So that's pretty much what happened in the trade deadline. If you like the content, subscribe. I'm gonna keep making more videos. There's one clip I want to react to tomorrow. Had to do with Jay Will talking about super teams. So keep like I said, if you want to see that, subscribe. And pretty much that's it. So I appreciate the support. Thanks.